Hey, this is the Fight Nerd, and I'm here today in Chinatown, Manhattan, here at the 5 Points Academy with our John, Steve Mills. Steve, how are you today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good, and we are here today to do some more product testing. And today we have, Steve, if you don't mind holding these up for us, we have the Knockout Athletics Professional Focus Mitts. Let's see the other side of that bad boy, too. So you guys, I'm sure, go through a ton of focus mitts here because you've been doing this for how many years, Steve?
A whole lot of years. We've been at this location 3 years, and we were just up the street for 6 years before that, and training all over the city for about 10 years before that. So, yeah, we go through a lot of stuff.
I can imagine. Can you show us what you guys use currently here at the gym?
Yeah, personally, what I use is Boone Focus Mitt when we're doing focus work, not tie pad work. It's small, so they have to be accurate and fast. It's got a curve, which is sparing on my hand and also encourages them to be accurate. So I like their stuff quite a lot.
And I see you also have an Everlast pad here. Some things are better left not talked about, but let's talk about this guy anyway.
This actually is not bad. We use this for the classes. We have a lot of these, so when we do pad work in class, we can distribute them amongst people. Again, it's not flat, right? It's curved, so you get some placement and some sparing of the hand and the wrist and some accuracy. The quality of the material is much lower, and it's kind of a mass market thing, but it's not a bad pad.
Okay, so that's what you guys have used in the past. Now let's talk about initial impressions upon seeing this Knockout Athletic pad. It's definitely a lot bigger than these.
That's all right. The advantage to that is we'll be able to use it with some integrated stuff where you wear tie pad with one hand, focus mitt with the other, as well as just focus mitt work, so you can still do a lot of speed work and still be able to handle the kicks. I was pleasantly surprised when I saw it, actually. It's nice material, good quality leather, it's got good padding, it's got the curve that we like, and it fits snug and firm, and the construction on it looks pretty solid, right? It's double stitched and well made. So we'll give it a try.
All right, if anybody knows pads, it's going to be Steve Mills here at 5 Points Academy. Now, before we get into the testing, let's get a little information from the manufacturer about these pads. The Knockout Athletics Pro Focus Mitts have a contoured surface ideal for catching strikes of all kinds, as opposed to flat mitts that tend to let the strikers sink into the mitt more. The mitts are constructed with high-quality leather and have a solid 1.5 inches of shock-absorbing padding. A hook and loop enclosure system keeps the trainer's hands firm and in control of the mitt. These mitts are one size fits all and retail for $93. With our info out of the way, it was time for the educated hands and feet of 5 Points Academy to break these mitts in and see if they're as good as they claim to be.
They're good, they're responsive, which is good. The webbing on the inside, it sits to your hand good. You get that a lot of the times they're loose and ergonomically they shift around and they're hard to maneuver. Didn't feel a lot of it on my wrist, which is really good.
Actually, they're quite well made. It's a pleasure. You don't get any pain in the wrist, no pain in the hand. They kind of spare your elbows. They're big enough to do knee and kick stuff with in a technical sort of way, and they definitely give good feedback for people when they punch.
The Korean pad was okay. The thing was comfortable like any other pad. It was fitting my hands properly, so it was pretty fine.
The design is good. I mean, like I said, they work good, and you want to have a good pad that you can keep in a tight place. You want to be able to keep them in a small area, and a small target, and having pads that work well so you can give a good target makes a lot of sense.
I feel kind of stiff on the punches, but I feel more comfortable with the kicks. So the one half was feeling much better.
A lot of times this will be really hard on a pad, so you hit it and it's like hitting a piece of board or something. These are firm and hard. They don't hurt. It's a good solid target without being painful.
They're pretty good. They feel good to punch. I think they just need to be broken in a little bit because they're new, but I think that actually the curve is really good on them.
They fit nice. Everything's nice and cushioned and padded. They're snug without being tight, at least for my hand. So I really like them.
Like when you hit with your cross, I keep it more like a comeback quick. So mostly when you hit your heads.
It definitely absorbs the impact of everything. When the knees are coming in, you're still getting those on the body, so you're feeling as well. But the pads themselves, the focus mitts, do a great job of muffling everything.
If you've got someone who's got strong legs, the knee is always a tough one. It held up good on that. When you have someone who throws a really solid knee and you can pad it out and not just take it to the belly pad, it's a big advantage.
When I tried to go for the knee, it was kind of off on the side.
Probably roundhouse kicks, but they're focus mitts, so you wouldn't really do many roundhouse kicks on focus mitts anyway. So they're good like hand mitts. The punches, I think, best.
The kicks are good. I would use them for someone who you're working, like really honestly working technical with. I wouldn't use them with a heavy hitter. The heavy hitter, you definitely want to get something where you're braced to the forearm, like a good like tie style pad. But with these, there's enough, like I said, there's enough response in the padding to where I felt comfortable being able to hold them up.
Oh, $93. If I'm new in the business, maybe. But I don't know. If I'm new and I want to have some good stuff, probably. Yeah, but not right now. I have all my equipment already.
They look as if they'll last a long time, which is the biggest pitfall with the cheaper pad to begin with. You buy it to save the money, you end up replacing it in a couple weeks, at least with the sort of wear and tear we put on stuff here. And you know, if you're a trainer and you're taking this kind of impact, you're a coach, you have fighters and they're wailing on you, it's definitely an investment in you.
I don't buy very much, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. I guess I'd have to try it on myself, because I hadn't held them, but they're good to hit, so I wouldn't oppose anybody else paying $93 for these.
Compared to a lot of stuff that's out there on the market, yeah, I would think they're more of a top shelf pad than you know, like I said, a lot of stuff that I've seen out there, definitely.
All right, so we gave these mitts a try, both hitting and holding. Steve, overall thoughts on these guys?
They're a good, solid, basic mitt. I'd recommend any trainer have them. Yeah, get a pair.
Now, the one thing we did find a problem was, for the most part, was not the holding or the punching or the striking, but was actually the price for some of the students, because $93 is a lot for pads, but you're also paying for professionalism. You're investing in long-term training with these things. So, I mean, if you're going to pay $93 for pads, might as well be these guys. And KnockoutAthletics.com does constantly have sales. So if you're a trainer, these are definitely worth buying, it sounds like. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good investment if you're a coach. Yeah.
And if you're a student and you want to get some good pads, wait till there's a sale. But otherwise, it seems like these have done good today. Steve, are you going to continue to use these guys and break them in more?
Yeah, no, I like them a lot. That's good.
All right, we're going to come back here in a year and make sure you're still using these things.
I hope they last a year. That'd be great.
All right, and for anybody else who wants to come here and train for a year, look at that segue. How do we find out more about the 5 Points Academy?
Check us out online, academy5points.com.
Okay, and you can check out KnockoutAthletics.com if you want to learn more about these focus mitts or the other products that they have available. I'm the Fight Nerd on behalf of Steve Mills at 5 Points Academy. Thanks for watching.